So now that we've learned basic six ratios of trigonometry, which is sine, cos, tan, cosec, sec, and cot, let's move on and solve some questions. So I'm on question number 1 of exercise 22a. It says from the following figure, find the value of sine A. Now 3 and 4 are given, which means, and we are looking at this as the reference angle, right? A as the reference angle. I need to find this. So first let's find this, which is using Pythagoras theorem, because Pythagoras theorem is applicable for any right angle triangle. So using Pythagoras theorem, we get AC square is equal to 4 square plus 3, sorry, not 4 cube, 4 square, 4 square plus 3 square. Therefore AC is equal to square root of 25. Therefore AC is equal to 5. So this AC is 5. Now that we found this, let's find sine A. Now for sine A, we are looking at perpendicular to A, which is BC, or opposite upon hypotenuse, which is AC. So this will be 4 upon 5. Notice that this is a ratio, which means it has no units. So it has no units, it is only a ratio. Let's move on to part 2. Part 2 is find cos A. Now cos A is adjacent upon hypotenuse, so adjacent will be AB upon AC, which is 3 upon 5. Let's do part 3. Part 3 says cot A. Now cot A, I remember, is 1 upon tan A. So I know tan A is equal to uh, perpendicular upon base, so 4 upon 3. So this will be equal to 3 upon 4. Let's move on to part 4. Part 4 is sec C. I know sec is the reciprocal of cos. So then, but now the reference angle has changed to C. Please notice. So we are looking at this as my reference angle. So for this as the reference angle, the adjacent side is BC, which is BC upon hypotenuse, which is AC, which is 1 upon BC is 4 upon 5. So this will be equal to 5 upon 4. Note that you cannot write a ratio in this form. So you will need to write it in the simplest, which is in the mixed fraction form. So the answer is 1 upon 4. Let's go to question of part 5. Cosec C. Again, the reference angle is C. Cosec is the reciprocal of sine. Right? So sine would be perpendicular, in this case AB upon hypotenuse, which is AC. So it will be equal to AC upon AB, which will be equal to 5 upon 3, which is 1, 2 upon 3. Perfect. And then the last part is part 6, which is tan C. Now again, reference angle is C. So tan is perpendicular, which will be AB upon base, which is BC, which is 3 upon 4. Perfect. So now let's move on to question number 2. So let's move on to question number 2. First, we need to find the value of AC. So using Pythagoras theorem, I get BC square is equal to AB square plus AC square. So 17 square minus 8 square is equal to AC square. Therefore, AC is equal to 15. So now I know that the AC is equal to 15. So let's look at what part do they want us to calculate. So part 1, it is cos B. So the angle of reference is cos B. So cos B, if I remember, is so cos is equal to adjacent upon hypotenuse. So the adjacent side is equal to AB and the hypotenuse is BC, which is 8 upon 17. Let's go to part 2. Part 2 is tan C. Tan C. Tan C is SOHCAHTOA, which is opposite upon adjacent. So opposite to B is AC, upon adjacent is AB, which is 15 upon. Oh, notice I have made an error. So this is wrong because now the reference angle has changed. The reference, they are looking at angle C. So now the reference angle is C. So then this is equal to TOA, which is opposite. The opposite to angle C is AB, and the adjacent to angle C is AC, which is equal to 8 upon 15. Part 3. Part 3 says I need to calculate sine square B plus cos square B. So please notice the difference between sine B square, which will be equal to sine square B, and please notice the difference between sine B square. In this case only B is getting square, whereas in sine square B, sine B is getting square, which means this is equal to sine B multiplied with sine B, whereas this is equal to sine B multiplied by B. Please notice the difference. So this is sine square B, which means I find sine B and I whole square it. So I will calculate sine B first. So we are looking at reference angle B. Sine would be so opposite, so which is AC. AC upon BC. AC is equal to 15, BC is equal to 17. So sine square B plus cos square B will be equal to 15 upon 17 whole square plus cos square B, cos B we've already calculated, 8 upon 17 whole square. 15 square is 225, 17 square 289, 8 square 64, 17 square 289. So this is 225 plus 64 upon 289, which is equal to 289 upon 289, which is equal to 1. Please notice that sine square B plus cos square B in this case is equal to 1. There is a last part to it. So let's do part 4. For that, I need to calculate sine B. I know sine B. I need to calculate cos C. So let's calculate cos C. Cos C will be equal to the reference angle. Cos C will be AC upon BC, which is 15 upon 17. I'll need cos B, which I know. I'll need sine C. I haven't calculated, so let's calculate sine C. Sine C. So sine C is, I haven't calculated. So sine C is opposite, which is AB upon BC, which is 8 upon 17. So the question says sine B cos C. Sine B multiplied with cos C plus cos B multiplied with sine C. So sine B is equal to, we've done the calculation, sine B was equal to 15 upon 17. 15 upon 17 into cos C. Cos C is 15 upon 17 plus cos B, we've done the calculation, 8 upon 17, and sine C is equal to 8 upon 17. So this is equal to 225 upon 289 plus 64 upon 289. Again, this is equal to 289 upon 289 is equal to 1. So, thank you.